You're all done?
I'm done.
All right. We will go in 3, 2, Jeff. All right. That's just the sync audio.
Origins Game Fair was in.
Yeah, I think we can just jump right in. Do we want to talk about Origins, the experience first, or do we want to show off some of the shit we bought?
Well, yeah, we could. Origins Game Fair 2022 has come and gone. We were there.
We were there. That's true.
Yeah, we had a blast. We managed to walk around the show floor with some good friends and had quite a time in Columbus, Ohio. And we picked up some swag.
We did. Wow. Technically, only one piece of swag. Because swag is stuff we all get.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So we got one piece of swag, and then we bought some stuff.
Yeah, we got some hippos, which were swag.
Yeah.
So first,
and then the rest we paid for.
This will be hard. Well,
we can take some photos and such.
Yeah.
So this is a D100
It's shiny and
that
fancy.
we bought. I bought from Foam Brain Games. They had a various collection of dice trays, dice paraphernalia,
Dice towers.
They had a big rubber ducky unicorn that was filled with dice.
Yes, they did.
This one's an iridescent kind of color one. Well, like I said, we'll get some.
I think it's bismuth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do. Interestingly enough, they do pretty much exclusively dice and dice trays, etc.
Right.
Towers. They don't. Most companies that do dice and other things, they get into, tokens and storage and everything else. And these guys pretty much do dice and dice trays.
Yep.
Pretty much exclusively.
Yep.
So they were cool.
Yeah, I looked at wanting to get one of these back in pack when we were in Philadelphia last December, but that didn't happen. So I made a point of making it happen this time.
Yay, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
I got this from the same folks, which is we'll take some pictures.
Yep.
It is a laser cut. So it's the bottom is like plywood, just thin plywood. And then 3-4 layers of acrylic with a couple of additional little layers of acrylic on top. It's all plywood and acrylic with a thin layer of leather. But it's super nice. I really liked it. And I got it in part because I also got, not from Foam Brain, these were from, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got the card someplace here.
Yeah, I don't remember. But very small. These you will not see. They just look like small gems on my hand. Yeah, you got you got some as well.
Yeah, I got some as well.
These are amethyst gemstone tiny dice. And this is my dice tray for them. So
CrystalCash.com.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Because they had coupon books there as well, and if you handed in a coupon, you get an Origins 2022 D6 from them.
Yes, which was a good call on their part.
Yeah.
Yeah. The actual coupon book that they had, there was a lot of nice little deals that you get. There was the one restaurant we ended up going to for lunch. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head.
Cantina?
Yeah, not the cantina, the one where we got the mug from.
Oh, something like Brewer Brothers or something like that.
It was right across the road from the convention center, and if you basically got a meal there, you got a free mug, and
yes,
so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. And then also from Crystal Cash, I got a bunch of fun D6s that look like little crystals.
Oh, I don't even think I saw those.
Oh, these are cool.
Well, you don't have to give them all.
Well, they were all in my hand.
Okay.
Relic bands.
Oh, those are super fun.
Yeah.
And these are just resin.
Yeah. Yeah, they were like $1 a piece or something like that. So
that's super fun.
Right?
I like those.
Yeah. They are for my Shadowrun character.
Oh, very cool.
Is this was this the same booth where we found the cube there?
No, that was a different booth. At a different booth.
By far Devin's favorite dice.
Yes. I think I saw this one in the coupon book as well. They advertised with it, or it was in the
it was an advertisement, I think.
Yeah, or it might have been in like the pamphlet itself.
Yeah.
But it's a glow-in-the-dark D6 that is a gelatinous cube. So I had to make it a point to go get a D6. And Devin was there at the same time. He started giggling like a small child, so I got him one as well.
Yes,
and then a couple fun D20s.
It was quite the... I just realized there's just a hint of an HDMI cable right here. That's fine. We'll ignore it. We'll move on. Didn't quite get it out of the range, out of the frame. Yeah, the gelatinous cube is super fun.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Does it glow in the dark?
It does.
I thought so.
Yeah.
It definitely looks like it glows in the dark. Yeah.
It's like made purely out of glow in the dark stuff, so it glows really easily.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get to these dice in a second, but do you have other dice there that you want to show off?
So they had
We're gonna. I'm sure by this point you already know this in the video, but we'll put some.
Yeah, there'll be pictures.
I have business cards.
Well, links and also pictures so they can actually see what the hell we're talking about.
So at the same booth, they have deals for like buy 3, get 1 for free or something like that. So with the 2 gelatinous cubes, I also got a D20 with a kitty cat on the 20, and then a sparkly purple one with a skull on 20.
Nice.
And because I'd spent over a certain amount, I was able to reach in and to the demon's mouth, and I got a free set of full polyhedrals, which are quite pretty as well. They are new and purple.
Yeah, they're very nice. Very cool.
Yes.
So the last set of dice, I think, to talk about, and I actually have about 12 of these sets of dice.
Yeah.
So I made these guys' day, and these guys are
Inkwell
Ideas. InkwellIdeas.com. So this will be a picture one, but what these are dungeon dice. And it occurs to me that I didn't actually bring over the other half of this product, but that's okay. There will be a picture. These are dungeon dice that you roll, and then you assemble them into a dungeon, and they tile with each other, as you can see on screen, because I remembered to put a picture up. Random cat running across the candle. Didn't catch fire. We're all good, folks. So you build it into your little dungeon set, and this is the Explorer set, which is like not quite villages, not quite dungeons. They're each themed. There's like 12 different sets of them. And then these map to much larger tiles that I also have, which will be on screen somewhere. And link in the description, all that good stuff. And you can roll the dice, build your little dungeon, and then lay out the larger, which are dry erase, I believe, the larger tiles for your players to see. So you can easily randomize your dungeon and then still have the big version for your players to use, which is super cool. They also make, and I bought all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Literally.
Oh, yeah.
Get to that story in a second. All of these different cards. So these are decks of cards. This one is a side quest deck. So I don't know if I'll be able to unwrap it quickly here, but on one side of these cards is a little map, just a small map.
Narrate now would be
photos on the video.
I mean, it's too bad we don't have anyone here that has nails.
Well, there will be a photo on the video. It'll be just fine.
Or if there's a pair of scissors right in front of you.
Listen.
Hey.
The scissors is good. So these they have a dungeon on the one side, just a little map. And then on the other side is like high level stuff for the DM, sort of possible protagonists or like notes about the area. And there's a whole bunch of them. Oh, of course, it's double wrapped. Whatever. So this is a deck of, I don't know, I'm going to say like 40 or so probably. 50 plus adventures. And there were, I think, again, about a dozen of these, maybe 15 of these. And then there's NPC ones that have your full art NPC on the front, and then like personality and stuff on the back. And then there's also, what was the other set? Oh, monsters. Same idea. Art on the front, stat block on the back. And so I went up to these guys after having looked at their booth every day of the convention thus far, and just told them to give me one of everything. And they were a little surprised, but I didn't technically buy one of everything.
No, there was still Pathfinder stuff.
There was some Pathfinder stuff that we didn't get, and there was some.
There was a book.
I think I bought all the tiles actually, but there was a book.
One?
Yep,
I have he got the big tiles. He got the medium-sized city tiles.
Maybe
there
it was
mini.
The books, then.
It was the books.
It was the books.
The book
and tiles.
And the reason for the books was they actually basically the book also has the tiles in them.
Yeah.
But I already had the tiles and the dice and everything else.
Yeah,
so
they coordinated
the book
with
was
the cards.
the book was literally just a repeat of what I already had. So didn't buy that, but I bought basically one of everything that it had. and they were quite happy. And also, it's great stuff. The fact that the dice map to those larger tiles is just such a fantastic product.
Yeah, I definitely. When we passed them on the first day that we went chucking around the convention floor, I honestly think that was probably the best product on the show floor by far.
I think so. Yeah, and it's interesting because is their branding, like their packaging, isn't exactly flashy.
No.
So you walk by and their booth isn't exactly flashy. And so you walk by and at first you don't really think much of it. But of course, being D&D nerds, we looked into it a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And holy crap, do they have some amazing stuff.
So, well, and Sam had showed me the one book, the Lazy
DM's Guide, or Guide for Lazy DMs, whatever it's called.
Sam had showed me that the one day post-stream, and when I seen that initially at this booth, and then that's when we just looked at everything else, and it was like, oh,
yeah,
this is great.
That's what caught our eye. It was volume 2 of that book.
Yep.
And great booth, great product, great guys.
Oh yeah. Fantastic.
So shout out to Inkwell Ideas.
Yes, thank you.
In 5 years, when this has 1 million views, from people coming back.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
You heard it here last first.
Last first, yes.
What else do we want to talk about? Why don't we stick in the D&D world for a minute? Okay. You've got some minis and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and actually, we'll call out this candle here. Actually, those are the same, right?
The minis are in my hand.
Minis first.
So, with most conventions, there's a paint and take thing. We didn't have time, unfortunately, to paint, but we did do the take part.
And you just stole stuff. It's fine.
And because we had full weekend passes, we were able to take 2.
Yeah.
So Chad picked out a couple guys here. One is called Barrow Warden 1, and the other one's Horse Action Jackson.
He's got afro and a revolver.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I love him.
And then I got
he's pretty cool.
An ape demon, because why not? And Svetlana, the Frost Giant Princess.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Someday, if those ever get painted, we'll share some photos of them.
Yeah.
Probably on the Discord.
I mean, we have a
We
Discord.
have a Discord.
Yeah, we do have a Discord.
For the 8 people that will watch this when it comes out.
Yeah. We do have a Discord.
Join the Discord.
We have a Discord.
Yes.
There'll
be a link
in the description.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not going to do... No, I'm not doing overlay. No, come on. Link in the description. What do you take me for? A guy with that much free time? I'm going to open this right now.
Starlight.
Okay, well, now that we're doing Star Wipes, I'm suddenly back on board. The more you know. So you want to talk about these a little bit?
So there is
candles were in abundance on the show floor.
Yeah, there was 2 booths with candles. There was one in particular that we fell in love with some. I think I fell a little bit more in love than Adrian did, but...
Continue.
Are you dying a little bit?
I just realized we forgot to buy something.
Oh, no.
It's fine. Continue.
But I got wax melts because they were a little bit more affordable and easier to port around. But these ones are open fields. I got open fields, small library, underwater cavern, and town bakery. And then I think you got...
we are currently burning the actual candle, which I can lean forward a bit here. So those are the wax melts. They had candles in various sizes. This is the smaller of the sizes.
Yep.
This is wood mill. And the other one that I got was possibly also... No, it was underwater cavern.
Yeah.
Because I looked at town bakery and actually meant to buy it and forgot. So...
Yeah, but it's really neat. The packaging on them also has like old school like art style from adventure books and stuff. And
so this one in particular, I think on the front of those it's similar. So this one on the front says wood mill, 4-ounce hand poured soy candle, if you care. But then it actually has like a little D&D style description. A long abandoned mill rests within the valley of this grove. Walking in from slumber. A little hard to read. The scene of harvested lumber still laid about the area fills your senses. And then it tells you a little bit about what's in it. And there is, again, there will be a photo. There is just a little hint of a map there.
Yep.
So they're cool candles.
Yeah,
I like
really
them.
nice.
And they smell nice.
Yeah,
that's your gem.
Yeah.
The thing that I forgot to buy, you remember those pins
I was thinking about those
Yeah.
because there's a Kickstarter with very similar pins, but
Oh.
not the cool item on the back.
See, that's why I wanted them.
Yeah.
So I will see if I can find these, and I'll see if we can figure out who it was, even if I can't find them for sale. But there was a company that was selling. Oh yeah, you took a business card, didn't you?
I have a business card someplace, but it was the people that were also doing Humblewood.
Oh, okay.
It should be right on the cover then.
That'll make it
Down the
easier.
bottom.
Hit
to
Points
find.
Press.
Hit Points Press.
Hit Points Press.
Yeah.
So they did. They had pins of various D&D classes. So there was the Bard and the Rogue and the Paladin and the whatever. But each pin came with an item card. So as a DM, you could give out the actual, like, very nice, very well done, very ornate,
They were beautiful.
like, enamel pins.
Hard enamel pins too, not like
Yeah, hard and like really nice pins. You could give this to your player, and it actually came with the item stat block on it, which was not even like just a stupid little they were like dumb items, but not really.
No,
They were actually
useful.
class specific. They were super cool. I forget specifics of them, but it was things like once per day you can recharge a spell slot or something. It wasn't that mundane. It was much more interesting.
And it wasn't game breaking either.
It wasn't game breaking, which was nice. But
It doesn't look like they have them for sale on their website.
got the impression they were convention only.
Yeah.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, but they were really really.
They were very cool. So good job on them for that. And then you got some Humblewood stuff.
So they had some free RPG, I guess from the free RPG day, little adventures for their Humblewood setting, which is all like cute little woodland creatures and stuff. And yeah, I've been reading through some of the Heart of Daco one, and they're really good. They're really interesting.
Every time anyone says woodland creatures, all I can think of is Hail Satan.
Well, gosh, everybody! Now we finally have a sacrifice.
That's right. Actually, Humblewood seemed cool.
Yeah, they had a lot of good stuff.
Maybe we'll check it out at some point.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, why don't we, before we get into board games, why don't we show off these prints?
We passed a fellow, and his website is Nigerian Art. It's down there.
It better be.
Yeah. And we bought a couple. He had these metal prints that were absolutely vibrant to die for. But
Which,
we got,
to be clear, was the exact same artwork, but
exactly
on
the
metal.
same, but on metal, and it was so vibrant. It stood out.
Beautiful.
It was lush, amazing. But these prints are just as good. This is the Of Rot in Ruin by Stephen Nigerian, who is the artist. We talked to him. He's a cool dude.
Very cool.
Pass this to Sarah. This one is the Eternal Radiance. Very colorful. Nice gem dragon who's singing. He's probably yawning. He might have just woke up.
Yeah. I think just woke up.
Yeah, just woke up.
Yeah.
But fantastic prints. And Stephen Nigerian has a Kickstarter.
Well, it's finished now.
It just
Kickstarter
ended, sorry.
is over.
Yeah.
So
It's over, but
way to be a prick tease.
Yeah, I know, right?
It might
it's
be late.
volume 1 of his art book. I'm sure he'll have something on his website as well about it. But yeah, you can check out all of his prints at nigerianart.com.
Far more importantly than the Kickstarter is actually what he's doing with his Patreon.
Yeah, the Patreon.
Which I think is probably the greatest idea for a Patreon I've heard in a while. This is, I believe he just has the one tier at $50.
$1 per month.
$1.
Pledge starts at just $1.
Yeah. Well, all pledges start at $1 a month. But basically, you pledge to his Patreon, and the way he described it, at least, is all of that money goes into store credit for his digital prints. Not digital prints, his digital store for his prints.
Mm-hmm.
So if you subscribe to his Patreon, it's basically giving him a monthly income, a regular income, and in return you get a discount and store credit towards your purchase. So if you want a $300 metal print, which are phenomenally gorgeous,
Oh, God.
you subscribe for 6 months, and there you go. At the $50 tier, at least.
Yeah.
I thought that was genius.
That's genius. It helps him, and then it helps you save towards something beautiful too.
Yeah. You're literally you're just deferring the cost and in fact getting a discount at the same time.
Yeah.
So
And he's got some
Great idea.
fantastic. It's not only dragons that he has. He's got like character art, aquatic art, landscapes. Some of the landscapes that he did. Oh my! Like it's really really good. I definitely recommend checking out his website. And if you enjoy what you see, definitely support his Patreon. The guy does fantastic work. Fantastic.
yeah, I mean, now that we're this is honestly, I think this is great and it's wonderful, especially since nobody will see the first episode anyways. But we seem like such like horrible people right now. Just go buy this, go buy this, go buy this.
Yeah.
So on that note, go buy this.
Oh God, it's
This
so
is
good.
this is called the Night Cage, and I bought it pretty much exclusively because of the box. Because I always do that at least once at every convention. This is a very cool horror game that you're stuck in like a magical cellar or some sort of like psychotic dream or something.
Yeah.
And the idea is that your candlelight is burning down. And you have to get out of the cellar, out of the dream, out of the whatever the hell it is, by grabbing keys and going through portals before you run out of candlelight and get murdered by the boss. Very cool. We played it at the show.
Yep.
It's one of 2 games that we played as a group, I think.
Yes.
And super fun.
Yeah.
Well, we played Guess Who kind of as a group. That's
Subjective
we'll talk
guess
about
who.
that in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a great game. Really great game. I was pleasantly surprised. So enjoyed this. Can recommend.
And it seemed so easy at the beginning, but like the further we got along,
We won.
No, we lost.
Well, we did. We won after we retconned something.
Yeah.
But even retconning, we were literally the last turn.
Yeah.
Technically, we lost.
It became kind of stressful, and like
It did.
it was a good time.
And just out of curiosity, if you had a friend celebrating their 40th birthday, is that something that you would get for them?
It would be if I remembered to go back to the damn hall
Right.
and buy a second copy. Sorry, Aaron.
You'll get to play it here at least, Aaron.
There you go. Yeah, as soon as you come to the studio, we'll play. By the way, I'm digging the tavern walls. They turn out great.
They are so good.
They look they look great on camera.
I just can't believe you built a house within your house.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Nuts, man.
Yeah. It's definitely not like a weird truss system with lights everywhere.
No.
It's
Why would we
totally
do that?
It's a house in a house.
This is a full brick wall. I built it. Yeah.
It's like those Russian, what are they? The
nesting dolls.
The nesting dolls.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, if I pushed against this wall like this, it wouldn't move or anything. So, cool. So I'm seeing we've got the 2 things left.
Well,
What's that on top there?
Well, this.
We're doing Wonder Book last. I don't know if you want to open it on this or
I
not.
think we should.
I think we should. But
I
it's up to
honestly
you.
think we should wait and do an actual
full unboxing.
Full on unboxing.
I'm on board with that.
We'll show it off.
In that case,
but then
I don't even think we mention it in that case.
Yeah.
I think we keep them in suspense.
Because would we say that this would have been our pick of the show? Insofar as
Well,
board games go?
yes and no.
Insofar as board games.
Let's talk about that in a second.
Right.
First,
Stardew Valley, the board game.
Yeah, Sarah's been looking.
I've been wanting this since I first realized it was a thing because I like Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
And
who doesn't?
Weird people.
Criminals.
Yes. But yeah, it's a heavy frigging game. I can say that much. But I'm looking forward to cracking it open at some point.
Speaking of heavy games, not at the convention, but we still got to crack open Madara.
Yeah.
Sucker weighs a ton. And
then we also stopped off at
T-Turtle.
Yeah,
and bought shirts.
Yeah, we bought a bunch of shirts that we don't have here.
Completely not wearing.
Yeah, go to tturtle.com and you'll see exactly what we got.
Yeah, we got lots. You'll see them eventually when we wear them on stream.
Yeah.
But because I think we each spent
it was buy 3 shirts.
You get a free
board
game.
Yeah.
So Adrian got 1 game.
It's called Tic Tac KO. And I actually played it at Aaron's house the other day. Surprisingly fun.
Cool.
I can go into a little bit of detail, but let's...
And then we got Wrong Party, where it's basically the birthday party or / a dungeon nearing party, and you got to form actually your party to make them balanced and balance out fun and adventure, I guess.
I can't do that. Adventure all the way. I don't want fun.
No.
Hang on, what's this? We got a secret bag
Yes,
going on here.
I do. You guys kind of wandered all ahead of me,
Oh,
and I stopped
well,
off.
good.
Yeah, thanks. I stopped off at Talon Games. They do Cav Striker Ops. I don't know. They have a lot of like minis with robotic type themes to them.
Strategy games.
That's the one. But they had a miniature figure painting stand that's just laser cut. Yeah, and it was
that's cool.
Yeah, and it was like $4.99.
Yeah,
so
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. So I was like, well, why not? I got a bunch of minis at home and I want to paint them. So.
Yeah, I've seen lots of 3D printed ones, but a nice laser cut one.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
So, yeah.
The cats that you're hearing are here and they are real. They're not dubbed in. And if one wanders close enough to me and I notice, I will pick her up and put her on camera.
Really?
Yes,
Hi.
yes. They're very, Leia specifically is very adamant about being part of the podcast.
Yep.
So, so I already said the name, so people are just going to look it up. But the Wonder Book, you asked, is this the pick of the show? Here's the deal. We don't know because we haven't played it.
Yeah.
Not yet. We had a little.
We had a demo.
We had a demo.
Yeah.
Not even a demo, but like a.
I think it's.
Here's the cool product.
I think aesthetically, it looks like it was the one that kind of was like, oh my god, that's incredible.
It is by far the coolest thing. We saw at the convention.
Yeah.
So this game, we'll do a full unboxing and look at it, and we'll do a playthrough. We won't do a
box.
Yeah, show the box. Well, I've already said the name, so you might as well show the box. Oh, I didn't realize I left that light on. That's okay.
It's the box. And then this is an actual convention exclusive set of dice that came with it if you bought it at Origin. So.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
These are exclusive dice, only for Origin.
Very cool.
That's the box. That's the back of the box.
So this game, well, so we might as well say what makes this game, because you're like, what's so innovative about it? It is a pop-up book. The board for the game is a gigantic pop-up book, and it is probably the coolest idea I've ever seen.
Watch our unboxing.
Yes,
video.
we will do an unboxing sometime, not today.
For anyone, actually, no, I will not link this. No, DV
we can
Games.
link it.
Okay, DV Games. If you want to kind of check it out on the interwebs, it's dvgiochi.com. DV Game.
Look, we know that millions of people are going to watch this episode before we get the unboxing video out, so we might as well link it for them.
Yeah.
They're going to be waiting with bated breath.
Oh, I know. 100%.
Hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people.
All the 10 to 99-year-olds that are dying to play this game.
Is it 10 to 99?
Yeah.
I've always wondered about that because it's like 10 to 99. It's like, I just, I'm 100 now. So, like, I don't know.
Yeah. My Gradient's not allowed to
Here
play
goes my shoulder.
Yeah, my Gradient's not able to play most board games because she's 106.
That's brutal. Yeah. That's brutal.
Oh, right.
I can't even imagine. I say I'm too old for this shit all the time. I can't even imagine when I'm 106. I'm too old for everything.
Also, going back to the dice tray you got,
yes,
I did buy one as well. It's more like stop sign, octagon.
Yeah. I would call yours the Devil's Anus.
Pretty much, yeah, because there's a big ghosty purple skull in the middle of it.
Yes.
And it
is very cool. Yeah. We may throw up. We'll toss some more pictures of this stuff in Discord.
Yeah.
Discord. Join
Discord.
In, do the thing.
You're not doing the thing.
What? What thing?
Here, use this one. His Discord thing. He always does that with his Discord.
I'm so confused.
Because you used to sit beside him, so you've seen him going. When you say
like, yeah, we're on the Discord, and I'd just be like,
oh, I get it. I get it. I'm too old for this.
I feel young as fuck my shoulder.
Yeah. What else? What else do we want to talk about, origins wise, or anything?
What was that other game that we played?
Oh, rat.
Think about.
I want to say it was
Basically
rats or not, but
Yeah, so
I don't think it
yeah.
was that. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. Oh, you're looking it up. All right.
On my computer. Nope. That's.
Yeah, it was Sam. Sam had found it.
Doesn't matter. We'll
First rat.
First rat. See, I thought it might be that.
Yeah.
It was
By Pegasus Spiel.
yes. Now I'm gonna both praise it and shit on it for a second here. So
Now,
so-
why is it that you're going to shit on it?
because it was a terrible game. Why would I praise it? Because it was a great game.
Yeah.
So here's the problem. Here's the lay of the land. You are a bunch of rats, and you are trying to get into space. And you are building a rocket with things like baking soda and vinegar and tuna cans or whatever. And it's cute. It's neat. It's got great like graphical treatment, high quality board, and honestly super fun.
Mm-hmm.
But they screwed up the mechanics. So most of these games have a mechanic for sort of first person to score gets more points. That's fine. And this game has that as well. If you score first in a given track, you get more points. It also has a mechanic that if somebody else is where you want to go, you have to pay them to be on the same space as them.
And the currency is cheap.
The currency is cheese, which of course it is, right?
Of course.
So the problem with that is that you end up, the person who scores first in a track ends up, which was in our case, Sarah, completely dominates that track. And you have, your motion is very limited because you can move one rat up to 5 spaces or a group of rats up to 4, I believe it is. And if you are trying to move like a group of rats, you can end up not being able to go anywhere because you have to pay all this cheese to other players. Basically, what they did was...
not only that, all the rats have to be on the same colored
Yeah,
square,
I wasn't
so,
going to go into that much detail, but yes, exactly. That's what makes it difficult. And so basically, either one of those mechanics, I think, could have balanced the game to make, make it so that not everybody's going for the same strategy.
Yeah.
But combining them, it ended up, Sarah, I was doing the math in my head, and basically by turn 3, Sarah had won the game.
Yeah.
There was just no way to come back from it for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And it was still fun, like, to its credit, and this is why I said it was a great game. It was still fun to play.
Yeah.
But it was one of those, like, oh, this has balance issues.
That's where the phrase blood cheese.
Blood cheese.
Yes.
Blood cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good because my whole strategy started with basically being the one to donate.
Oh, hey, Scooter, come here.
To donate all the cheese.
Yes.
In that one track, and I think I had most of that track pretty much.
Yeah, I
covered.
came in at the last minute with my mega donation, but yeah.
Yeah, so it was.
Scooter.
Yeah, it was fun for like we all had a good time playing it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I honestly think that it would be pretty easy. I honestly, legitimately think that if you just dropped the blood cheese, the game would probably be fairly balanced.
Oh yeah.
It's a kitty.
Oh, here's a cat.
There we go.
finally got one on camera. This is Scooter, if anyone's wondering. Yeah, that's unlikely. Little bit of kitty butt. So I think that pretty much wraps up the Origins Game Fair.
Yeah, and for what
buffet.
we were down to do, we had a big haul.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, we were not there as we were there to actually run tech for their main stage. That's a whole different story, but we'll tell it someday.
Yeah.
But the convention was great.
Yeah.
Really nice people that run it, and
unfortunately, they kind of got nailed with a bit of controversy around the
Yes.
start of it. Not in no small part to them, but as to some of the special guests that were supposed to appear.
Yeah. If anyone's wondering in the future, what the hell are they talking about? It was the Jameson Stone and Satine Phoenix.
So
that was all the... Presuming that there was only one such scandal. Who knows? 5 years from now, there might be more than one. But that was all unfolding literally during the conference, which is why running the main stage was a little interesting.
Yeah.
So, but the conference was great. Everybody was great. We got some cool
Jason
stuff.
Charles Miller. So he was he was a cool dude. He put on a show for us all as well, and really good. Great singer. Check him out.
Yeah.
He's on Spotify. He's got his website.
Yeah.
You'll see him around.
I mean,
everybody
He's
you should
everywhere.
know.
Yeah.
I actually didn't. I'm in the group of people that didn't know who he was. And then somebody explained it to me, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
got it.
He's
Got
a
it.
real life bard.
He is a real life bard, yeah,
Mhm.
which is awesome.
Yep.
And then, then the costume.
And he's great. I knew he was great. I just didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
And then the costume contest was cool. There was a lot of really cool costumes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
The
night
bride.
witch, the night bride, or
Yeah.
the witch bride, or whatever. I
I
can't
don't know.
remember. She looked
won.
fantastic.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. There was a
The Mandalorian.
few. The Mandalorian was good. There was a few great costumes and a handful of shall we say low effort costumes.
Yeah. But, you know.
Such is life.
They're
And
there.
honestly, they needed every participant they could get because it was weird. So this year, OGF was probably the first person to ever actually say that out loud, but that's okay. This year, Origins was they ran the full conference. So all of the events were scheduled for the full attendee numbers. So like there was, 15 games of D&D instead of last year where there would have been maybe 7. So everything was there for capacity, but their numbers didn't fully reflect that for a handful of reasons, including COVID. So most of the sessions were like half full, and that also impacted the costume party or the costume contest and a handful of other things.
The mask mandate, kind of.
Going back and forth on it, I wasn't going to go into detail, but yes, absolutely. They lost people on both sides of that, and they switched back and forth, so they lost people twice, which was part of it, and people just not traveling just yet. So all of that came together, and on the plus side, a lot of people were saying, if you wanted to partake in an event, there was a spot for everyone.
Yep. Very true.
So that was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. I think you had gone back to the hotel, but Sam, Becca, Sarah, and I ended up getting into a session of werewolf.
Yeah, well, I came back while you guys were in the middle of that.
They pretty much the entire conference, there was a big circle of chairs, and I can't think of the game developer, but they were running werewolf game, and you're basically, they tell you go to sleep, so you close your eyes, you get a card, and that tells you what you are. You're either a villager or a werewolf or one of these specialty, like a huntress or a bodyguard.
Yeah, and anyone who's played, Mafia, Werewolf, Vampire, any of those things, like the old forum games.
Yeah.
Anyone who's done any of those knows what we're talking about.
And that was fun. It was a fun little game. Mm-hmm. We got to one of the MC's daughters was running the show for the game that we sat in. So with some help. So that was good. That was good.
Hello.
It was fun.
Yeah. We will hopefully be going back next year. Well, I think there's a decent chance we'll be going back next year anyways. Hopefully, I'm in chats with them, and hopefully we'll actually be there running tech again, but we'll figure that out. And hopefully with less dropouts and stuff on the main stage. Yeah, it was super fun.
Yeah, it was fun. The weather cooperated, except for the one night where we had the tornado warning. Or the tornado watch, sorry.
I mean, in fairness, it cooperated just fine.
Oh, yeah. It was
there was
great.
no tornado.
No.
Yeah, we had a great time. We hung out with some good people, some good friends,
food.
had some great food.
Yeah, surprisingly, the food court that's attached to the convention center was
amazing.
Legitimately good.
So amazing.
Yeah.
They had really good Indian food, which surprised me too.
Yeah, the only sort of disappointments on that on that little plaza that we tried was the chicken place. Was like it's what you would normally expect to get from a food court.
Yeah.
So it really stood out as bad compared to the rest.
Yeah.
And then Subway it was Subway.
Subway.
But compared to the other stuff on the plaza, it was crap.
But Jet Pizza was great. We got that our first night there. Amazing. Charlie's Steakhouse or Charlie's.
I couldn't remember the name.
Oh my god, so good.
Really good.
So good.
And the cinnamon rolls, whatever that treat yourself or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Oh,
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all I could think of was Brooklyn Nine-Nine as well. Yeah, treat yourself.
I had to carry them both back to the hotel.
Sorry. Yes, Parks and Rec. Yes,
because they were both euphoric after eating cinnamon rolls. One on each shoulder. Come on, let's go.
No, we were in the hotel. We ate them separately.
And you were asleep while we were having them.
I'm quiet. I was resting my fucking eyes.
And snoring.
That's what old people say.
That's right.
You shut up
He's
too.
old.
Peanut gallery's talking.
So for the 8 people that will watch this,
Yes.
let us know in the comments. Drop into the Discord. Let us know what your conventions are, both experiences and what ones you go to if you go to one on a regular basis. I think we're probably going to make, at least for the short term, like next year, I think we'll probably make Origins our sort of anchor convention that we go to as a group.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah, it was fun.
'Cause,
Nice
yeah,
drive,
fun.
except for Michigan.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's face it. None of the drive was like nice. It was fine. I mean, it's
We
a
made
6
our
and a
own
half.
fun.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it's a
yeah.
6.5 hour drive. It's not like great, but it wasn't that bad.
I think the most energy was the ride home when we finally got back to Canada just after London,
Yeah,
where we would have like the countdown.
The countdowns,
Like, oh shit,
the hour
here
party.
we go. We're almost at 1 hour. We're almost at it. And Adrian at one point just kept pointing at us like, it's gonna go. We're gonna start the party.
We were all getting a little
Yeah.
tired, but it was fun.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
Yeah, things got a
Random-
little bit silly at the end there.
Yeah.
Randomly yelling at somebody's house way out in the middle of nowhere that had all their lights on.
Oh,
just
stop
turn
fucking
the fucking lights off. Wasting power.
Yeah, we had some fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah. So we should, now that we've spent the entire episode talking about things that people should buy. By the way, we're not sponsored or affiliated with any of these companies whatsoever.
Nope.
We just like them.
We just think they're great. Yeah, I think everything that we bought we think is great.
Yep. 100%.
Fuck Pizza Hut.
Yeah, pizza. Jet pizza.
Jet Pizza all the way. Pizza Hut's never done anything wrong to us.
Yeah.
Now that we've spent all this time telling people to spend money, why don't we talk a little bit about what this channel is, real quick? No, we're not going to introduce ourselves.
No.
We don't need to introduce ourselves.
No.
Why don't you introduce yourself? That's my wife sitting off screen.
Jeffrey, Preston, and Bezos.
That's right, Jeffrey Preston Mitchell. Perfect. We actually should introduce. So I am Adrian Kemp.
I'm Sarah Clark.
And I am Chad McCallum.
Beautiful. Well done, everybody. Round of applause.
Yeah.
So this is a new channel that we're starting. We have a bit of a history in the tabletop streaming world. We're not going to get into that today.
Nope.
There will be details for anyone who's curious in the future. But we are going to start, as of this video, the new channel, Dice to Pixels. We will occasionally live stream to Twitch and to YouTube. It will be primarily, though, it will be this podcast weekly. I believe we're going to release them Saturday morning. You'll know because this will have been released when we're releasing them.
I mean, we'll talk, but I'm sure like when we possibly
Hello again.
film them live, if we're ever going to do them live, we probably do them on Twitch.
Yeah, well, we'll either do both or
Yeah.
Twitch, one or the other.
Either
Like
or. Yep.
we registered Twitch, we'll do
Yep.
Twitch.
Yep.
That said, by the time you're actually watching this, we've probably we're at episode 50, and so anyways, that's why we leave the introduction to the end.
Yep.
So this is going to be the weekly thing. The podcast is going to be the anchor for the channel, and then we are going to put out other content as we film it. So one of the mistakes we made in the past was we tried to anchor around content that wasn't consistently producible. So we were always scrambling. We were trying new things, but we kept having to like finagle a D&D episode or something into it. This way, we're doing about an hour worth of podcast every week, on track, consistent. And then as we film other stuff, like the unboxing for Wonderbook, like Madara, like D&D and Shadowrun, we'll definitely do some Shadowrun.
Yep.
We'll film all that and we'll post it when it's done. And those will just be bonus and everything will be great.
Yep.
In the meantime,
Video
we're on
games and all kinds of fun.
yeah, well, video games I think will be the primary live content probably,
Yep.
because they work best live. Let's
Yeah.
face it,
Yeah.
D&D is hard to watch live. So video games will be a lot of the live content, and we'll do some podcasts live. We're not doing this one because there would literally be no one watching.
Yeah.
That's not true. There would be a few people watching, but we'll be doing some live stuff. We probably won't get to that for the first little while, but we will be getting to live content.
Yep.
And if you are watching this and you've somehow found it, if I managed to get the keywords just right and you found us on the internet without knowing us previously, welcome. Join the Discord. Like, subscribe, all that stuff.
We're pretty much on everything: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter,
TikTok. If there's a social media that we're not on other than Facebook, because that doesn't count.
Tinder.
Yeah. OnlyFans.
Snapchat.
Grindr. Truckerfucker.com.
Mana has an OnlyFans.
Oh,
that's true.
Yes.
True.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right, man. It does have an OnlyFans. So anyways, we will be doing things on social media. This episode, we're actually not going to post right away. I think we're going to talk about that later, but we want to have a couple banked so that we can always, if part of the problem that we had with the old system was that we couldn't take a week off.
Nope.
It was a big deal if we took a week off. This way, we can pre-film a podcast like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Bingo bango.
But never have no doubt. Dice to Pixels, you're going to get everything from
Dice to
to
pixels.
Pixels.
That is the goal.
Hell yeah.
And if there is anything between dice and pixels that we don't do,
Fuck pizza.
Fuck pizza. I have nothing to finish that with.
We're just going to have some fun, and we want to share it all with you.
Yeah.
And hope you have some
And hope you
fun.
have some fun.
And if you hate us and you want to send hate mail for some reason,
Feel free.
please do.
Yeah, please
Yeah.
do.
Because we love you.
Yep.
In fact, I would encourage everyone to send us hate mail, whether you love us or hate us.
Yep.
It fuels me. Cool. I think we'll probably call episode 1 right there,
Hell yeah.
and then we'll cut the video. Where'd I put my clapper?
Down there. Thank you all for joining us, and we hope to see you in the Discord.
Discord. Join everything. So wait. Bottom of the barrel. I'm stealing this from Wes Barker and Cripster Ramsey. Tell 3 friends.
No, tell 4.